Good afternoon and welcome to red light camera hearings. This is now any citizen's opportunity to stand up for 3 minutes and talk on whatever topic you would like. If you do stand, I request that you state your name and address and not discuss your specific red light camera ticket, as we will be addressing that later on in the hearing.
We're working on that. We're working on it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Speak a little louder until. Go ahead.
Is this good? Can you hear me now?
Better?
It's okay? Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me? Okay. I'll repeat it. This is now any citizen's opportunity to stand for 3 minutes and talk on whatever topic you would like. If you do elect to stand, you need to state your name and address. I ask that you not talk about your specific red light camera ticket, as we will be addressing that later on in the meeting. Let the record reflect that no one elected to stand. I'm going to be your presiding hearing officer this afternoon for the red light camera hearings, and you're here because you got a ticket and you requested a hearing on it. When your name is called, please come up to the lectern with any witnesses and exhibits that you may have. When the clerk swears you in, that's when your hearing officially begins. The city is going to go first because they have the burden of proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the infraction occurred. They're going to present photos and a video. Then it'll be your chance to tell me why you feel you did not commit the infraction. When both sides are finished, I will make a decision whether to uphold or dismiss the violation. Once I make that decision, I will not hear any more on that issue from either side. If you don't like my decision, you have 30 days to appeal, and the 30 days starts today. By having a hearing today, you've waived the opportunity to pay no administrative costs. By statute, I can assess administrative costs up to $250 in addition to the fine. But I want to take a few moments and go over a couple points of information. Number one, a red light camera ticket is not a moving violation. There will be no points and it will not appear on your driving record. It's the same as a parking ticket. I don't want to discourage you from trying your case, but I have a few words about some defenses that are commonly brought up but did not show a valid reason to dismiss the violation. And this is not an all-inclusive list. Whether there's sun in your eyes or the roads are wet, there's a truck blocking your view or someone is tailgating you, you're saying that the orange light wasn't long enough. There's a presumption in law that states that the equipment is working unless you can prove by expert testimony that it is not. You weren't driving the vehicle, but you don't know who was. When you got your citation, there was no opportunity to opt for a payment plan. And perhaps some of you are here today not because you are disputing your ticket, but solely to get time to pay. If you aren't disputing your ticket and you tell me that you want to withdraw your request, I will waive any administrative costs and I will consider your time to pay. It's your right to go forward with the hearing, and if I dismiss the violation, you can leave and you won't owe anything. But if I uphold the violation, there's going to be a fine of $158 plus administrative costs by statute up to $250. You'll receive your order to pay in the mail. Is there anyone here who is not disputing their ticket and would like to withdraw the request and get time to pay? Yes, sir.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I apologize. If possible, can we go to Ms. McNeil Brown 3.6? She has an appointment, so she wanted to go first. She's just looking for time.
Okay.
Go ahead. What do you-
If you'll raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
Yes.
Ms. McNeil Brown, are you withdrawing your request for a hearing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it could be one. I mean, I don't even know when it happened, how it happened. I know one time I was driving, I think I've gotten two in the same place to the point that I don't even go that way anymore. I think I was driving and I just didn't have time to stop because I was at the speed I was going.
So you're withdrawing your request?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to waive any administrative costs. So there'll be a fine of $158. And do you need time to pay? How much time were you looking for?
A few months, because this is the third one I've had to pay. My son once and me twice.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah, so, and
how-
I'm a single parent, so I don't have money to be giving away.
Okay. How about April 21st? Would that work for you?
Can I get more than that?
May 21st, that's 3 months.
Can you give me more time? Because I just purchased a house and I don't have any money left.
How about the end of May? May 31st?
One day into the next month would work.
June 3rd.
Okay, yes, thank you. Just need to recover from.
Okay. So you'll have a fine of $158 and it'll be due June 3rd.
Okay.
And you'll get your order to pay through the mail. And
I need to make sure you have my correct address.
oh yes, what is your address? Are you still at Seville Boulevard? Okay, what's your address?
2098
Mm-hmm.
Ashbury Drive.
Okay.
ASHBURY, same zip code.
Okay. All right, very good.
You got it.
Got it.
Madam Clerk, you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, the next one is 3.7, Jamie Diaz.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Mr. Diaz. How are you today?
Hi, thank you, yourself.
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Nice.
Are you withdrawing your request for a hearing?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Oh, yes, thank you very much, Madam Clerk.
if you'll raise your hand, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Are you withdrawing your request for hearing?
I'm sorry?
You're withdrawing your request for hearing?
Yes.
Okay. The fine will be $158. There'll be no administrative costs. Do you need time to pay?
Yes, please.
Well, how much time are you thinking of?
Couple of months because I'm retired, so I'm not working.
How's April 21st?
Yeah, that would be okay.
Okay. You'll get your order to pay in the mail. It'll be for $158 and it'll be due April 21st. Are you still at the same address, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Diaz? Okay.
Yes.
All right, lovely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next case is 3.8, Jonathan Rios.
Okay, thank you.
18.
Yeah, 318, I'm sorry.
Oh, 318. Thank you.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rios.
Good afternoon.
Are you withdrawing your request for hearing?
Yes,
Okay.
seeing if I can have, some extra time to pay it or even have it reduced somehow.
I can't reduce it.
Okay,
I'm waiving administrative costs.
okay,
So the lowest we could go is 158.
okay.
How much time were you thinking of paying?
I was thinking at least maybe, at least like 3 pay periods, so I get paid bi-weekly, maybe, like April.
April 21st, is that enough time for you?
That should work.
Okay. You'll get your order to pay in the mail. It'll be for $158, and it'll be due April 21st. And it's not a lot of little payments, it's just all at once.
Okay.
One big payment. And Mr. Rios, have you changed addresses?
No.
Or are you still at the same place?
Same thing.
Lovely, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, the next case is 3.21, Michael Newton.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm to tell us the truth throughout your entire testimony?
I do.
Good afternoon, Mr. Newton. How are you
Noon,
today?
Judge. Fine, thank you.
Are you withdrawing your request for
Yes, yes, I
hearing?
am.
Okay. There's going to be a fine of $158, no administrative costs, for a total of $158. Did you need time to pay?
Yes, I did. In fact, I was driving my wife's car. She got the violation. She said, "What is this?" And I said, "It was me." So then I got a notice that it changed it into my name because I sent in the paperwork. I called to make an arrangement to pay, and they said, "No, you have to come to court." So that's why I'm here. They wouldn't accept it
Okay,
over the phone. So
okay.
I'm retired, and I'm on a fixed income, so.
How much,
90 days would be good for me.
90 days? How's May 21st?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. The fine of $158 will be due May 21st, and you'll get your order to pay in the mail. Are you still at the same address? Lovely, wonderful. Do you have any questions at all?
None, thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Mr. Newton.
Thank you, Jeff.
The next case is 3.5, Jose Del Carmen Miranda.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
Yes, I do.
Good afternoon. Are you withdrawing your request for a hearing?
Yes.
There'll be a fine of $158. I'll waive any administrative costs for a total of $158. Do you need time to pay?
Yes, please.
How much time are you looking for?
Next month.
Okay, next month. How about March 22nd?
Yeah.
Is that going to be okay for you?
Yes.
We will have, you'll get your order to pay in the mail. It'll be for March 22nd, and it will be for $158.
Okay.
Are you still at the same address?
Yes, I am.
Lovely, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Can I say something? That light, where I pass the red light, is not well synchronized, because there is so little time to pass. The orange light is changing very quickly. That is why I have this fine.
If I may, which intersection were you at? Gulf to Bay and Belcher?
Belcher and
Gulf to Bay. That light, that yellow light, is at the state standard, which is 4.4 seconds. So about 4.5 seconds it's in yellow. Because when it goes yellow, the statute says you're preparing to stop. We don't wait till it goes red to stop.
okay.
But that's almost 4.5 seconds, the yellow light there.
4 seconds is nothing.
And That's what the state determines.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome, take care.
She's the only one that wasn't her?
Uh, 311.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you requesting to withdraw your, do you want to withdraw your request, or did you want a hearing?
I wasn't driving, so
I just wanted to ask you, did you want to withdraw, or do you want to have a hearing?
have a hearing.
Okay. Okay.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
I do.
Thank you.
Marion Allen with the Clearwater Police Department. I'm a certified traffic infraction enforcement officer assigned to the Clearwater Traffic Camera Safety Improvement Program. On October 1st, 2018 at 10:31 a.m., a Nissan bearing Florida tag GVAT96, George Victor Adam Tom 96, violated the traffic signal westbound on Gulf to Bay Boulevard at the intersection of South Belcher Road. This occurred within the city limits of Clearwater in Pinellas County, Florida. The vehicle came back registered to Adrika Llewellyn with a registration address of 1542 28th Street South, St. Petersburg, Florida 33712. After viewing the photographs and video of the incident, I determined a violation had occurred and a notice of violation was issued. First photograph shows the rear bearing that tag, GVAT96. Second photograph, data bar tells us the vehicle is in lane number 2 or the left through lane. The vehicle is behind the stop bar. The traffic signal is in the solid red. The data bar shows us it's been in red for 0.37 seconds. The next photograph shows the vehicle has proceeded into the intersection. Traffic signal is still red, and it's now been in red for 0.97 seconds. And this intersection again has that yellow light state standard timing of 4.4 seconds. I'll now play that 12-second video. And I'll play that one more time, stopping it when it cycles to red. As you can see, the light cycle to red, the vehicle's just approaching, and then it continues through.
Did you get a chance to see the video before you came today?
If I seen that, but I wasn't driving, so my daughter holds my car sometimes, so that's why I thought I could come and try to fight it. I don't know what's the steps you guys take, but.
Okay, well, the statute clearly says the owner of the car is responsible.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
If you know who's driving, when you got your citation, you had an opportunity to fill out an affidavit naming the person that you knew was driving. You need to state their name, their address, their date of birth, if you have your driver's license. If I gave you 15 more days, would that make a difference to you as far as filling out the affidavit and naming your daughter or who you think was driving?
If she, either way it go, I would have to pay it. She's my daughter, but I guess I don't have a choice but to pay it now.
So would you, if I gave you 15 more days to fill out the affidavit, is that something that you would want to do, or?
It's like either way it go, I gotta pay it. I don't know what you think is the best option. Like if I fill the form out in 15 days, it's still gonna come out of my bank account.
Okay. Well, actually, if your daughter did come, because now you've waived the opportunity not to pay any administrative costs.
Mm-hmm.
So if your daughter came, she would have the opportunity to not pay administrative costs if she doesn't want to dispute the ticket.
Okay, I think I'll do it that way then.
Okay, so I'll give you 15 days to fill out the affidavit.
Would I be able to get a new one?
I can email it.
Okay, thank you.
Were you here in the beginning when I gave my?
No, I came late because I didn't get
Oh.
a notice that you guys had moved from
Oh,
the other
okay,
buildings.
well, let's back up then, because I gave everybody an opportunity to, if you're not disputing your ticket, and I gave several reasons, I kind of went over, reasons that would not be considered a valid defense to getting a ticket, and one of them is, you weren't driving the car,
Okay.
but you don't know who was. I mean, you weren't driving the car, but you know who was.
Right.
So if you, I would have, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna waive administrative costs in this situation since you weren't here and you didn't hear that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it'll be a fine of $158, no administrative costs. Do you need time to pay?
Yeah, 90 days, I guess.
90 days, okay. How's May 21st?
Yep.
Okay. 158 will be due May 21st, and
Okay.
it comes all at once. It's not little installment payments. And are you still at the same address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, lovely.
All righty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, the next is 3.6, Bernicia Jones.
Okay,
Well, I'm sorry, I'm 416, I'll get it done right one day. I'm just having a hard day today.
messing with my head here.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
And she just walked along.
Yeah.
Saw that.
Ms. Jones, I wanted to tell you some things. A red light camera ticket is not a moving violation. There's no points, and it won't appear on your driving record. And there's some people that come to dispute their ticket, but there's several defenses that people commonly use for a reason why they went through the red light that are not statutory defenses. And I just kind of wanted to go over them with you. One is weather, maybe there's sun in your eyes or the roads are wet. There's a truck in front of you blocking your view, or someone was tailgating you. You thought the orange light wasn't long enough, but you would need to bring an expert to testify that the equipment was not working properly. Or you weren't driving the car, but you don't know who was. None of those, and this is not an all-inclusive list, none of those reasons would be valid for me to dismiss the ticket. So I'm giving everybody an opportunity. In addition to the ticket, by statute, I can assess administrative costs up to $250. I'm willing to waive the administrative costs if you came here for just to get time to pay. You're not disputing your ticket, you want time to pay. It would just be a fine of $158, and I'll consider your time to pay.
Yeah, that's why I was here.
Okay.
Just to get time.
Okay.
To, pay.
Okay, are you withdrawing your request for a hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. There'll be a fine of $158, no administrative costs. And how much time did you need to pay? How much time did you need?
Like the middle of March would be perfect for me.
Oh, okay. Well, how about March 22nd?
Great.
Does that work for you?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's perfect. I get paid that day too.
Okay. You'll receive your order to pay in the mail. It'll be a total of $158. It'll be due March 22nd.
Okay.
And are you still at the same address?
Yes, 606 Elder
Okay,
Street, apartment.
okay.
Now, when I pay it, where do I pay it at?
Well, that's a good question, Madam Clerk.
When you receive your order in the mail, there'll be instructions. You can pay it online or over the phone, or you can mail it in.
Okay, and I mail it to this address?
The address for you to mail it will be on the order to pay.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you, because we've been everywhere. It's like 4 more people may be late because we've been trying to find out.
I've heard. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Jones, for being persistent and coming today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry. Laryngitis turn from all this.
Oh. Oh.
You're human.
Well, should we take a recess until we get some people that
Well, that's
come
what I
in?
was gonna ask. If we want to, we can do that, or you can start hearing some, well, because we don't know, never mind. We don't.
Maybe we should take a recess and then wait for some people to come.
Okay.
All right?
10 minutes or so?
Sure.
Okay. My bad.
We're off the record?
Yes.
Are we off the YouTube?